Hey, this is Grant from Aircon Solutions. We're all about delivering your temperature control solution. And today this video is about the simple use of the MyF5 touch panel or system, and try a little bit of explaining on how the MyZone works, because we get lots of questions, people asking, what is MyZone, how does it work, what do you use it for? Okay, here we go. So on the main touch panel, this is the main controller. This is what controls the unit. So you have your system on. They have a nifty little feature down the bottom here, or underneath the system on-off button, which is the timer. When the system is in off mode, you can press on it. It means that the system will start in the amount of time or the increment of time that you set to it. If you don't want that to be in play, you push the rubbish can, it deletes it. As soon as you turn the system on, the timer now turns to an off timer. So you now keep tapping it. It's a really good function if, middle of summer, really hot night, you're going to bed, you don't really like the air conditioner to run all night. You can just set it to say run for half an hour. You get the sleep, you're nice and cool, and then the system shuts down automatically after the set amount of time. Under that, we've got the fan speed. Now, depending on what type of unit your control system's attached to, be it a Daikin, be it a Carrier, be it an LG, whatever the brand of unit is, you're going to find some of these buttons, the functionality is going to be slightly different. So some will find you have an auto function. This example, there's only high, medium, low. As well as over here, you've got, sometimes you'll find a dry function or an auto function for the mode. So let's talk about it. So this is just obviously the fan. If your unit has the ability to control fan speed, you'll be able to dial it across, just select it, and depending on how it's wired to the unit itself, whether or not it's actually able to control the fan speed as well. Over here we have the mode, so we've got cool, nice little function here, nice little bit of detail, now turns to blue. As soon as you go to heat, it'll go to red, just so you understand what mode you're in. And then fan, this is just a circulating fan, turns on the indoor fan of the unit, just turns air over. If you have a fresh air option, which is a feature that we talk about in other videos we've got, it enables you to bring in air from outside. But moving along, so we have it in heating, and now this temperature set point here, you think that's the unit control set point? Well, it is, but you're actually able to select which zone you want to have it in. So at the moment, my zone is set for living. So if we go into the zone page, on here we have all the different zones, and I've got on this example there's 4 temperature sensors set up onto the zones that they're on. The other ones are just manual percentage open and close. So you've got 2 types of ways of controlling the zones. One is by temperature, the other by a percentage. So in this example, you can dial up them in 5-degree increments, anywhere between 0 and 100%. So if you don't need enough, if you want more air in a room, you just open the zone up a little bit more. Just that simple. When it comes to a temperature control zone, you just dial in the temperature you want, and then the system automatically adjusts airflow in that room to maintain that set point. If it gets too hot or gets too cold, it will close or open as required. But the MyZone that we've been talking about is this one over here. See how this thermostat is highlighted, or you can see it more clearly than the other ones. This is where the unit is actually dialing in the temperature that you want cycles on and off at. So if you want to be comfortable in the living room, you set the MyZone in the living room. But if you're going to bed and you want to be comfortable in your bedroom, you can move it to there. So it's a single set point that controls the functionality of the outdoor unit, the heating and cooling function of your system. So that's the main thing about a MyZone. It is the most important thing to get your head around is you move that MyZone to where you want to be most comfortable, and the rest of the thermostats will go about trying to maintain the set point that they are looking after, but the system itself only works to maintain this one. Once this, for example, kitchen is now satisfied, the system will shut down or cycle down. It may get, the other zones may get the temperature, but if they don't, the system doesn't look to care for those ones. It's only cycling based upon your MyZone. It's a little feature that sometimes people don't understand. If you have any questions, please comment below. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this information helpful, please like it and subscribe to our page for further updates and information. If you have any more questions other than that, feel free to give us a call on 1300 966 464 or contact us via our website at airconsolutions.com.au.